What's up, Buttercup? I'm Pam Barnes, marketing expert.
And I'm Hannah Cox, business strategist.
And this is the Go Getter Gals podcast,
where everyday gals grow together and you'll find resources to help you grow personally and professionally.
Hey gals, welcome back. You are at Go Getter Gals podcast. And Hannah, what are we talking about today?
Today, we are talking about managing your ambition. This is something that I wanted to talk about because I'm really struggling with it right now. I'm in a place where, as a business owner, when you are a business owner, you recognize all of these opportunities for revenue. And you have the freedom to pursue all of these different opportunities because you're your own boss. You can do whatever you want. And I am struggling because I don't want to say no to hardly any opportunity that comes my way where I can make money. So I've, as a business coach, my main gig is having these strategic conversations with business owners. But then when they're like, oh, but I'm struggling to find a video editor, I'm like, hey, I know how to do that. I'll edit your videos. Or I am struggling with, updating my website. I'll help them update their website. I have a girl who's struggling with sales, and I'm over here like, I wonder if I could fit in some sales calls for this client and make some extra money. And that's just, it's ridiculous. But I'm really struggling to manage my ambition right now. Do you get what I'm talking about?
Yes. So for me, I have a constant struggle with Go Getter Gals and Marketing Navi and which one is more important. And I have seasons where Go Getter Gals is more important and I'm putting all my energy in that. And then there's other seasons where Marketing Navi is more important and I'm putting all my energy in that. And a lot of what causes the change is what comes my way. I have opportunities come my way and I'm like, okay, I want to do this. Let's dive into this. And that's kind of what pulls me from Go Getter Gals. I think what my true passion is Go Getter Gals, but then Marketing Navi and some really cool stuff comes up through that way. And I'm like, oh, but I can learn how to do this. So then I'm like, let me go over here for a second and dive through this for a minute. So I struggle with this too. I think we all do. Like, I don't think anybody's got this figured out, especially in the entrepreneurial realm. Like,
that's what I was about to say. I feel like if you are an entrepreneur, you just inherently have the personality trait to be an ambitious person and to seek more opportunity. And so, yeah, I guess I wanted to bring it up today because this is one of those things that I don't have figured out. And I wanted to brainstorm with you and the listeners on, how do you kind of like manage that ambition without losing it?
Yes. Putting on too much on your plate. Putting too much. There's my English. I'm telling you, I'm from I'm from the South, from Lynchburg, Tennessee. My English doesn't work very well some days. But to put too much on your plate, we don't like leftovers in my house. You're going to stuff your stomach and then you're just going to be tired. You just can't do it.
That's a really funny analogy. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say it that way. But yeah, you're right.
And not every day is Thanksgiving dinner.
That's right. Oh my gosh. And I have to learn that because I definitely am in this mindset of, it kind of feels like a scarcity mindset, even though I don't think I'm in a place where I have to worry about scarcity. I'm in, there's a concept about feast and famine cycles in business. Pretty much every single business has a feast and famine cycle. It has a busy season and a slow season, and there's a way to mitigate that. But I feel like the way that my nervous system feels when I'm looking at opportunities makes me feel like I'm always in a famine, and I'm just like scarcity mindset. Where's my next dollar coming from? Even though I absolutely do not have to think that way.
I love that you connected that. Did you realize that you're going to connect that today?
Absolutely not. I came into this episode specifically underprepared for this conversation, and that came out in real time.
Look at there. See, you got something figured out. This is all about growth through connection, gals. Once you start connecting with other women and you start asking yourself these questions, then you start getting the answers. And that's one of the hardest things to do is ask yourself, what in the world am I doing and how can I fix it? It's such a difficult spot to be in. But when you're talking to other women and you're like, oh my gosh, you're struggling with this too? Let's see what we can do about this. Then it's like doors just start opening up.
Yeah, I feel like that was one of the things that I wanted to bring to this conversation too was, I want to brainstorm with you. What is the real problem here? Why is this happening? And what are some potential solutions? And hopefully we can challenge each other and everyone listening on something they can do to help mitigate this over ambitious cycle, feast, famine, scarcity mindset that they might be feeling as well. And so, I mean, obviously being over ambitious is not a lack of motivation. I think that the only reason I bring that up is because I think that there's a part of me also, again, this is like real time navigating my emotions right now. I think that there is a part of me also that feels guilty for seeking out other opportunities. Like I'm trying to find a shortcut to building wealth. I'm like, oh, what I'm doing right now is a really slow build. Let's speed this up. What else can I do? So it's definitely not like a lack of motivation, even though I feel like there's a little nagging in the back of my head that's like, don't be lazy, Hannah, stick the course. Stop trying to find a shortcut. I don't think it's that. I do think that I am prioritizing way too much. I'm putting way too much pressure on myself, and I'm just trying to get everything done at once. Because I have, we've talked about, or I've talked about in a previous episode where I was talking about strategies to grow. I talk about the ideal life and envisioning that. And I sometimes get stuck in that ideal life vision and try to speed it up as quickly as possible. And I think it's hurting me and my business more than it's helping.
I agree. I fit in that box too. I fit right there with you. Like we're two peas in a pod. But I think what you can ask yourself, and I am in the process of asking myself the same thing, like, what do you enjoy doing? Like, what fuels you? For me, I think it's funny that you said it's the feast and famine. For me, I want to do everything. Like, I want to do it all. I love experiences. I love learning. I'm obsessed with learning. And if it's something to challenge me, I'm like, oh, I want to do this. Like, for instance, I've got a business partner and he's working on building software with AI. And he's doing this amazing stuff. And I'm going to be buying this SEO program software that he's building because it's going to be so amazing. And now I'm sitting here looking at myself like, what can I build to help my clients grow? And I've been diving through that, and I'm like, I ain't got time for this. I'm building this online community group with Go-Getter Gals, and then I'm trying to market my business and grow my business. And then here I am trying to build software. Like, come on now, Pam, like, stop, pump the brakes. You do not have time to do all of this. So what I would challenge you to do, and this is what I'm challenging myself to do, and I've been asking myself for the past 3 days, girl. I even called my girlfriend, who I've known since we were like itty bitty. Like, how do I market this? I know how to market, but I'm like, I need you to tell me, because my brain is like going 90 miles a minute. I need you to tell me what I need to do from your perspective. And then I can look at it all and analyze it and like kind of categorize it. Because if she says something I don't want, then I'm going to know and connect the dots of all the things that I'm wanting to do. Like, oh, I got to cut that off. That is not what I want to do, kind of situation. So I already know what I want to do, but at the same time, I don't know because everything's just so much. And I've been doing that, and I've been asking myself, like, Pam, what do you want to do? Like, what do you really want to do? And the answer is, I want to grow Go Getter Gals. Like, that's the answer. I want to grow it. I also want to partner with other distributing companies and grow my business marketing Navi that way. Like, that's what I want to do. I really enjoy it because they're already bought in and they don't have the full load by themselves. They have this company that's going to help pay for some of the marketing. So then that way it's not such a burden on them. And I don't feel like I'm burdening them, which has been helping me out a whole lot because I tend to do too much and do like even more than what I normally do if I feel like I'm burdening my client financially. And that doesn't help my mental state at all. Even though they sign up for it, you know what I mean? And I'm doing like a million and one things. I'm totally squirreling for a second. But the point that I'm getting at is like, what do you want to do? What fuels you? And I'm figuring out some things too. Um, so I challenge you to ask yourself that, lovely lady, is doing all of these tasks for your clients, does it fuel you or does it tax you?
So let me tell you, this is a question I have always struggled with, and I don't think I've ever actually answered that question of what it is, what do I want to do? And again, I think, you know, we've talked about in the past our backgrounds a little bit. We both come from lower income backgrounds. In my when you said that the first time you said it, my internal answer was I just want to make money. And I feel so guilty having that type of answer because I want to be the kind of person who wants to make a change. I want to be the kind of person who wants to make a difference in other people's lives, but my gut reaction was I want to make money. And obviously, if I try to deconstruct that, it does come back to I want to make money so that my children live comfortable lives, so that I can give my family the experiences that I've always wanted when I was younger, so that I can provide. And it always comes back to my family and the people I care about the most. What if I were to become a millionaire tomorrow? Where am I spending that money? I'm with my family. I'm paying off my extended family's debts. I'm like taking my best friend to Vegas. Like it's all very philanthropic, but it comes right back to I just want to make money. How can I make the most money? How can I leverage my skill set? What skills can I learn? Because that's another reason why I take on all these other jobs is because I'm like, I want to learn. I want to learn how to be a great video editor. I want to learn how to, set up an meta ad. I want to learn how to do the SEO for a website, if for no other reason than just to be able to do it very well for myself and say I can do it. But it always comes back to, what is it that you want to do, Hannah? I want to find a way to make the most money that I can make so I can take care of my family and do things that I want to do and have the money to provide the experiences that I want and that I want for my kids. And I don't know how to navigate that. When I think about ambition, am I really just a greedy person who just wants a bunch of money and I don't really have anything else to do? I don't think that's true. I definitely have, and I've stated it in the past on previous episode, a desire to make the people around me wealthy, to increase the wealth of our town, of the Wiregrass area, to, help women become independent earners in the household. Like, those are all things I truly believe in and want to do. But my knee-jerk reaction is, I want to make money. How do I navigate that?
Well, first I would ask, is this coming from lack or is
Always.
this coming from always?
Well, I say always because I can sit right now and name a list of things that I want to do that I need more money for. I want to pay off the car I just bought. I don't want to carry car debt. I want to save up for a down payment on a new property. I want to invest in my retirement more and quicker. I want more retirement. I want to invest in my children's future. I want to have like investment funds started for my children now so it can grow and I can just be like, here's your investment fund when they're like 25 or whatever. I want to be able to do this for myself to make my life more comfortable and for my kids to give them a leg up in life that I didn't have. So yeah, I could always make more money. There's so many things that I want to do right now that I don't have the money to do. I can pay my bills. The bills are paid. My family's taken care of. I'm not in a position where I'm desperate for money because I don't know where our next meal is going to come from.
Right.
But I am just like so desperately trying to achieve these bigger goals that I have for myself as quickly as possible. And I think I'm sabotaging my mental health and even my current success. I'm sabotaging it because I'm being overly ambitious with the amount of work and money that I should, aspire for.
That is really good. So what? Because here's the thing, listeners. Here's the thing that I want you to take from this, and what I want you to really chew on for the next couple weeks is, what is it in your life that you need to work on? Because we all have things that we need to work on, right? What is something that you need to work on, but that your knee-jerk reaction, as Hannah said, or your conditioning is another way, is making it very difficult to do that because of how deep it is. Because Hannah, this is a deep thing. This is like below surface. And there is nothing wrong with wanting more money. Like, there is nothing wrong with that. Like, you've got multimillionaires that do great things with people. Jim Rohn said it all the time. Like, people that say that they don't want more money are lying, because you can do more things with more money. But at the same time, like, what I would really challenge you to do is think about that future life that you want. What are you doing in that future life? You say you're doing all kinds of things to spend time with your kids and your family and all that. Maybe that is your future life. And maybe it is not impact. Like you said, maybe you want to impact, but then at the same time, you want to be with your family. You've got to figure out what's more important and what it looks like. Because if you can figure out what it looks like, for me, I'm on stage talking to people all over the world. That is what my future looks like. That's what I want. I want to be able to help women all across the world connect and grow together. That's what I want. I want to help business owners understand marketing, like really understand it, and not feel like it's a freaking Goliath that they have to chew by themselves, because that is so frustrating to me and it makes me want to cry. Like, that is what I want. That is what my future looks like. My future also looks like where I'm on vacations with my family, where my family's going on these business trips with me. That's what I want. And now that my husband's learning this huge skill through the military, I'm sitting here thinking, and we've been talking, and I'm like, we're going to build a part of my business that you can do, like, that's yours. And then we can just make it that. And then I could go do this other thing. I challenge you to really think about, and all the listeners too, when you are piecing your life together in the future. Jim Rohn talks about this, and Zig Ziglar talks about this, and Les Brown talks about this. Like, you have to get to the detail, because if you're not to the detail, then you have no idea what you're doing. You really don't. Like, and it's tedious, and it is mind-numbing. And Jordan Peterson says it all the time. He's like, it is taxing. It is mentally and physically taxing to sit there, and it's vulnerable, extremely vulnerable, to sit there at your bed and be like, what the heck do I want? What do I want? What does it look like? But it's the details. Everything that you want to do in your life, it's in the details. If you got the details figured out, then you're like, oh, okay, I can piece this and this together. because I want this detail and I want this detail. You want to make more money and you want to grow an influence. Hannah, you got to come up and connect the two. You want to be able to work in your, have your business work for itself, and you go on vacation and stuff and do impact stuff, connect them all. There is no reason why you connect. The answer, I'm going to back it up, guys. The answer is in connecting them all.
Yeah.
Once you do that, then it's like, oh, there's the picture. Hey, gals, if you love what you're hearing and you want to get more involved, because trust me, I love Go Getter Gals. I'm obsessed with it. If you love this podcast as much as we do, all you have to do is go on our Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, and we're under Go-Getter Gals. We are going to have all of our episodes on the podcast link on our website at go-gettergals.com. Thank you for allowing me to interrupt for just a second. We look forward to continuing to help you grow. Without further ado, here's the Go Getter Gals podcast.
Which is so funny because before we hit record for this episode, I think we were trying to talk through how we would approach it because, like I said, we didn't prepare for this episode necessarily. I was just like, I'm struggling with this, Pam. Can we talk about it? Can this be a topic? And before we hit record, we were like, okay, I'll tell what I'm going through. If you're going through it, you can tell it too. Then we can just talk about balance and schedule and blah, 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 and like checking in. And it really turned into the reason why you're struggling with your ambition is because you don't have a clear picture of what you want out of life and how to get there. Which is just so ironic because I literally do this for other people all the time. And not being able to do it for me has been so difficult. I mean, again, to plug that previous episode, I have a whole episode where I walk the listeners through 5 different steps to scale their business. And the first one is, what do you want out of life? What is it? Paint the picture. Be very specific. And then reverse engineer that into like, how do you get there in the next halfway point? How do you get there in the next year? How do you get there in the next 30 days? What are you doing this week to get to that 30-day mark, to get to that month, quarter mark to 1 year? And being able, not having a direct line to myself. And this could turn into a therapy session, honestly. And I hope that the listeners don't hear this episode and then be like, oh, I don't want to listen to Hannah because Hannah doesn't have things figured out. None of us do, first of all. But I think that, it does really come back to when I was a girl growing up in the tax bracket that I grew up in. And, everything that's happened in my life in the last 10 years has really kept me in a fight or flight mode and in a scarcity mindset. There were times over the past 10 years where I was struggling to pay bills and worrying about what comes next. And there have been times in the last 10 years where I have just been in abundance and I've been able to help others and provide assistance to people who needed it and give back the way that I've always wanted to. But because I have been in this survival mode for so long, I am struggling to step back and say, okay, well, I don't have to survive anymore. I get to live now. So what does life look like? What do I want my life to look like? And man, if that's the only thing that anyone takes out of this episode is that if you're struggling with your ambition, whether you have too little or too much, it sounds like the solution is going to be inside of you, which kind of sucks because that means you have to do some work.
But I would not call it a struggle. This is one thing this is like pulling. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so excited. I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do until Go Getter Gals. I had no idea what I wanted to do. Not really. I knew I wanted to help people, and I knew I wanted to be the change in the world that I needed. I knew that. But until I met the amazing women like you and the other women out there and started actually creating Go Getter Gals and doing the meetings and doing all of this stuff, I did not realize that that's what I wanted to do. I was going through exactly what you're going through. And I'm going through part of it in a way with the struggle of marketing Navy and Go Getter Gals right now. Like I'm like, there's a tug of war going on inside of me. But the thing is instead of, listeners, I really want you to like hone in on this one. Instead of seeing it as this is something I'm struggling with, I really want you to think about is this is something you're growing through. Because you're finding yourself. You're finding yourself. And you're going to find something like Go Getter Gals. Or you're going to do something in Go Getter Gals. I mean, I don't know. But you're going to find that thing that really inspires you and that really like fuels you. Once you start connecting all the dots and you start putting it all together, like in having this conversation, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what in the world am I doing? Like, what if I just market to women business owners because of Go Getter Gals and how passionate I am? Like, I don't want to exclude male business owners, but if I want to be on stage and help women grow through connection, that's something I really want to do. I want to talk about that. But I also want to help business owners. Why not do both of those on the same flipping stage and connect women and grow them together and help their businesses grow? Why not do both and just completely niche it instead of trying to market to everyone? Maybe I'm not for everyone. Maybe I'm supposed to be on this planet to help women grow in every facet of their life. I tell the men all the time, including my husband, I'm like, if I was a man, I'd be doing it for men. Because I just connect with women because I'm a woman and I want women to grow. I want it. I want it so bad. I don't want women to live their life as a skeleton of themselves or where they feel empty and they're not fulfilled and they're living a life that the world around them defines them as, because that's what I did. And I was miserable until other women showed me the way. And then I'm like, okay, I've got to show you. Like, you're not going to do this because I'm going to help you get out of it kind of situation. So I love this conversation. I love that we're going through all of this, Hannah, and I don't want you to think negatively about this. And and including me, like I was literally battling this tug of war and I think I just figured it out.
I love that. And that's another big part of this episode, and it's every episode. At the end of the episode, every episode we're saying you have to talk with other people. You have to have conversations. You have to celebrate others' wins. You have to have other people holding you accountable. And that's why every episode we're linking it back to Go Getter Gals. This is the Go Getter Gals podcast. And there's a reason why we're having these conversations, because, at the end of the day, I'm able to come out of this with the breakthrough I had, and you're able to come out of this with the breakthrough you had unexpectedly just because we decided to talk about it. And I know that I had even mentioned previously that, part of how to mitigate the feelings that you have whenever you're feeling over or under ambitious is to have the accountability of, like, you show up once a month. And if I show up to Go Getter Gals last month and I say, I started this business and I'm really excited about it. It's this new thing I'm working on. And then next month I show up and I say, I actually got on the phone with this other person and now I'm doing this thing. I want the girls to be like, Hannah, what? You were just talking about that last month. Where's the time? How are you making this happen? I want to be checked on my ambition. Like, Hannah, you're doing too much. Or, if I show up and say, I started this new business, I'm excited about this new venture, and then next month they ask me, how's it going? And I'm like, I haven't made any sales. I want to be checked on that ambition. Hannah, you started this thing. Why aren't you doing this? How can I help you? Where are you stuck? And having these conversations, not only did me bringing this to you help me gain clarity for myself, but it did trigger something in you as well to help you gain clarity. And I think that's why it's so important for women, men, women, everybody, to have a network of people that keep them in check. So come to Go Getter Gals.
Yes, because we do this all the time. Like we do this all the time in Go Getter Gals. And that's why this online community needs to happen. Which we're working on it. We're working on it. Lord Jesus, we're working on it. I know. But anyways, yes, figure out the road to your future is through you. And figuring out what you want in life and what it looks like to every detail will help you figure out what life you want to leave or what legacy you want to leave and what life you want to live kind of situation. So this has been really helpful. Like I'm kind of excited. I'm like, okay, how am I going to maneuver all of this and go through all the details? Because the cool thing is if I market to women, I can talk about Go Getter Gals. With Marketing Navy, I can't really blend them because they're two different aspects. I know now when I launch my coaching company, it's going to be for women.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be for women. And I'm going to coach women business owners how to do all of these things and then bring that facet into the online community. Oh, that's exciting. But also intimidating.
And that is life.
That is life. That is most definitely life. So I challenge you, the listeners, to really hone in on yourself. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace because you are learning through it and figuring out who you are and what you want to do. And if it changes, you'll have an answer. So for instance, Hannah, when you go to the people and you're like, you sit in Go Getter Gals, because you're a leader in Go Getter Gals. So I understand exactly where you're coming from when it's like, I don't want to be saying I'm doing this and then all of a sudden I'm doing something else because it's not showing them the leader aspect in a way. But you're looking at it very negatively. If you look at it as what it is, it's a discovery. You are literally discovering yourself. There are people that start businesses at 50 and 60 years old and they become millionaires because they figured it out. We're all on our journey and there's no timeline. There's absolutely no timeline. It feels like it's a timeline. Like you said, Hannah, like it feels like it's a ticking clock. Like I need to get it done. I need this millions like now. But if you can figure out or if you can sit down in front of these women, this is the most powerful thing, guys, is being vulnerable in front of other women. And if you can sit in front of women and say, I created this business, but this is what I figured out, and I want to do this because I am discovering who I am and the journey I want to be on. And it may look like I'm doing several different things because I am, because I'm trying to find me. I'm trying to find the path. And this is what it is. It's muddy and it's sticky and it's challenging. It feels like you're hitting brick wall after brick wall after brick wall after brick wall. But that right there is going to show them that they don't have to have it all figured out, for one. And for two, they can try different things, because that's one of the biggest challenges as women, because we don't want to put our families in jeopardy. We don't want to financially struggle things, and we don't want to be emotionally taxed in front of everyone. So we try to, stay in our lane. But you're not doing that. And that's amazing that you're not doing that. You're showing women another way, because there are women out there that need another way. So I would challenge you to bring all that. And you're welcome.
Good. Okay. So, we are posting these episodes everywhere that you can get a podcast, and that includes YouTube. And I have seen our videos popping up on YouTube, and it's really cool to see that on my own YouTube feed and subscribe. So if you are listening on YouTube, I think it would be great to start a discussion about all the things that you're doing, all the ambitions that you have, all the things that you wish you could be doing, where you're struggling, and maybe we start this Discord right here in the comment section. Hey gals, thank you for listening to the Go Getter Gal podcast. All of the information for this episode can be found in the show notes. Make sure that you go and like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram, as well as subscribe to us on YouTube. And to find the latest episodes of the Go Getter Gal podcast, you can visit our website at go-gettergals.com. See you next time.